Right guys, good to see you. So in today's video, we're going to be addressing the question of how much experience do you need to start a business? Okay, now this is important because there are certain individuals who would like to start their own business. Okay, they have that entrepreneurial spirit. Okay, they have that desire to start a business, to create something original for themselves. But at the same time, they feel that they're not qualified or they're not experienced enough to go out there and work for themselves. So, how much experience do you need to start a business? That's what we'll be talking about in today's video. Okay, so let's dive straight into it. So, how much experience do you need to start a business? Well, the short answer is there is no fixed or set amount of experience that you must have in order to start your own business. However, people who start businesses generally fall into one of two categories. Okay, so the first category would be those people who have a significant amount of career experience. So if you're someone that has built up at least a couple of years experience as a result of your profession, your career, okay, so if you've been working in a particular profession or industry for several years and as a result you've built up experience, okay, whether you've been working for the same company for 8 years or you've been going from one job to the next, or maybe you've done a bit of mentoring along the way, but in either case, you've built up a lot of experience as a result of your career. If you're someone in that position, you have more than enough skills to start your own business. I'm not saying that you won't have to learn anything new. Obviously you will. If you're starting a business for the first time, there will be new things to learn. But the skills that you've acquired from your career, okay, that's more than enough for you to start your own business. Okay, you are more than qualified and experienced enough to start your own business. On the other hand, okay, you have the other category of people who they have little, or in some cases even no experience whatsoever. Okay, and that's the category of people that I really want to focus this video on. So if you're someone that has little or no experience and you want to start a business, okay, the good news is that yes, it's still possible. You can start a business, but you are at a disadvantage because you haven't got the skills that somebody would have had if they have spent years practicing or working in a particular profession or industry. So if you have little or even no experience, you need to take out time to learn those skills first. You don't need to be an expert to start your business, but you must have a certain amount of knowledge in order to get your business started. Luckily, we live in a day and age where, thanks to the internet, okay, access to information is very easy, okay? Because of online course platforms like Udemy and Skillshare, you can learn about almost anything you want, whether that's business and entrepreneurship, coding, programming, mathematics, okay, modern languages, cooking, health and wellness. You can learn about almost anything, or at the very least, you'll be able to find a course that will put you on the right path. Our grandparents and great-grandparents, they didn't have that privilege at all. But we live in a society, in a day and age, where almost everyone, at least in developed countries, okay, pretty much everyone has access to the internet. And if you have access to the internet, you can take advantage of online course platforms and learn about the skills or learn the skills that you need to get your business started. I once heard something from someone a couple of years ago, and basically they said that in a world where information is so easily accessible, ignorance is a choice. And if you think about it, it's true. Okay? If you want to learn about almost anything, nowadays you can do it. Okay? With access to the internet, you can buy an online course from Skillshare, Coursera, Udemy, LinkedIn Learning. Okay? Courses that are taught by experts. Okay? Who will take you step by step through the process of learning about almost any skill. Okay, if you want to learn graphic design for social media, there are courses out there that will teach you how to do that. If you want to learn how to program and code, okay, there are courses out there that will teach you how to do that. If you want to learn modern languages, there are courses out there that will teach you how to do that. All right. If you need to make video content for your business, there are courses out there that will teach you how to do that. Speaking of making videos, you're watching this video online. About a year ago, I didn't know how to make videos, but I took it upon myself to learn. Okay, I had no prior experience in making videos, but I got hold of resources and equipment and began practicing how to make videos. I made lots of mistakes along the way, but I've got myself to the point where I'm able to produce a video and put it online for other people to watch. Okay, so if you're somebody with little or no experience, the take-home message is that you can always learn the skills that you need. In addition to online courses, there are plenty of tutors and coaches that will offer one-on-one consultations, typically online. They can help you to plug up any gaps in your knowledge, or even give you assistance along the way if you need it. Or if you'd prefer to have like a sort of hands-on tutor as opposed to watching a course by yourself, there are people who will help you. In addition to all that, you also have the option to outsource certain tasks. If you have certain tasks that need to be done in your business, but you don't really like them, you can pay somebody else to do it. You can hire a freelancer, or if you're working with a team, you can delegate that task to other members of your team who might be more skilled or competent than you are. So not having experience or having little experience, that's not really a barrier to starting a business. You just have an extra hurdle to climb, which is the fact that you have to put in time to learn those skills first before you start your business. So, as you can see, if you have the drive and the determination, okay, and that burning passion, you can start a business. If that's what you want to do, you can start a business, regardless of whether you are highly experienced or you have little or no experience. In the former category, okay, you have more than enough to get started. But in the latter category, you have to go through that extra step of learning the skills first, or at least understanding the basics, in order to get your business off the ground. Now, speaking of starting a business, you don't need to be an expert right at the beginning, but you must have enough to get started, and you must be willing to continuously learn and improve as you progress along your business journey. So that's just a word of warning. For those of you guys who want to start a business, but you have limited experience or no experience, just be prepared to learn the basics up front and continue learning as you go along. So guys, if you find this useful, do consider subscribing for more, give this video a like, and feel free to share this with anybody else who might find it useful. Thank you very much.